Hello chess lovers, I have a very interesting game for you played by Mexican Grandmaster Carlos Torre, who is playing with the white pieces, and his opponent is Frank Parker. The game was played in 1924 and this was a chess simul. Carlos Torre started with e4 and his opponent responded with e5. Knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, knight f6, d4, e takes d4, castling. This is the Scotch Gambit, and not so good move bishop c5. The main move in this position is knight takes e4, and white mainly plays rook e1 or knight c3 is also possible. Well, if you take on c3, then bishop takes f7, king f7, queen d5 check, and this is of course good for white. But let's go back to the game. We see instead in this position bishop c5 move, e5, d5, e takes f6, d takes c4, rook e1 check, bishop e6, knight g5, queen d5, knight c3, queen f5, knight ce4, castling queenside, g4, queen e5, knight takes e6, f takes e6, f takes g7, rook g8. Well, you can't take on g7 because your bishop on c5 is hanging. That's why rook hg8. Here comes bishop h6, protecting the pawn on g7, and a bad move by black, bishop d6. The thing is that it's very important in this position to play bishop e7 in order to take under the control this f6 square. But it turns out that after bishop d6, white can easily win. Here Carlos Torre played f4, queen a5, and he played a bad move, queen f3. Actually, knight f6 is very simple, and this rook has just no way to go, and you are winning a material. But we see queen f3 move, queen d5, here comes g5, another dubious move. f5 is better, and it seems like there is just no way to stop this passed pawns. Here comes g5, bishop c5, king g2, bishop e7, knight f6, bishop takes f6, queen takes d5, rook takes d5, g takes f6, rook f5, rook takes e6, knight d8, rook e1, and knight takes e6. Another bad move by black. This is actually losing. The best move in this position is d3. If c takes d3, then c takes d3. Well, this is equal. For example, rook e8 is not possible because of d2 threat, so white has to play in this position rook e7, rook takes f6, and this is an equal game. But instead we see knight takes e6, rook takes e6, d3, c takes d3, c takes d3, king f2, d2, and king goes to protect the d1 square, king e2, rook d8, king d1, rook c5, and you won't believe, but in this position Carlos Torre resigned. Well, but actually white can easily win in this position. Can you find a winning move for white? Well, right now black is threatening rook c1 check and then promoting the pawn to a queen. But white has a very strong move. Are you ready? Well, the best move in this position is rook d6. Just an amazing sacrifice. Well, if you take on d6 with your pawn, then already your pawn on d2 is not protected and there is no rook c1 check. White can simply play f7 and one of the pawns is promoted to a queen. But what will happen if black takes on d6 with a rook? Then here comes g8, queen, king d7. Well, if rook d8, then queen takes d8, king takes d8, f7, rook f5, simply promoting to a queen, and this is an easy win for white. But if after g8, queen, king d7, Then here comes queen f7 check, king c6, queen e8 check, king b6, queen e3, king c6. Well, you are simply sacrificing your queen on c5, and now comes f7 and just no way to stop this pawn. Rook takes h6, f8 queen, rook d6, f5, and this pawn is promoted to a queen, and this is an easy win for white. Your comments please, and thanks for watching. Good luck.